All the tribe. So, welcome to the House of Kai. Today we're going to do our medicine oracle read, and it feels like it's been forever. So, I don't know. I don't know about you, but these last couple of weeks have just intensified, and yeah, I don't even know. It's been it maybe only been a week since my last reading. Oh boy, maybe it's been 2. Now that I think of it, I believe my last reading was with the head contusion with the dog, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So forgive me. I've had a lot on my plate, and then that alone really shook things up. That was a big deal. That was a really big deal. I still have a big old lump on my head, and yeah, pretty good knock. Pretty good knock. Really grateful I have a hard skull. Really, really grateful I have a hard skull. But yeah, that was a whirlwind of shifts that took place in just the last couple of weeks. So I hope you're doing beautifully and you're rolling with the flow of life. And I don't remember specifically, but I know in the last few weeks to a month, we've been talking about this new birthing process that's taking place, and that we're emerging through passages and healing and coming into all of that space. And so that's exactly what it's felt like to me. The birthing process is frightening. It's frightening. It is a rite of passage for a child to go through the official birthing process. I know I've mentioned it before, is that when a child goes through the actual birthing canal, they experience a death experience. They think they're going to die until they've reborn, awakened on the other side, right? And so that being said, that is the experience that we're all going through. We are literally going through a death of an ego, a death of an old way of living, a death of so much. A death of so much. And accepting the road ahead, just being okay with it. And it's scary, it's frightening. We don't know what's on the other side of it. And it's really funny to me. Those that project, let's go with that. When one is in a place of peace and balance within themselves over the choices and the direction, right? So when one is in that level of acceptance and peace, and outside sources don't like the pace to which you're doing things, or think that there should be more involved in that process, that they are projecting their wants, needs, and desires upon you to achieve their own agenda. I've had a lot of that lately. There are a lot of beings that I've witnessed that have their own agendas, and there's a lot of gaslighting. And gaslighting is a very hidden, it is so under wraps. It doesn't seem to be seen. And when I say that, you don't even realize it's happening. You have to acknowledge that there's a feeling inside of you, that something is happening inside of you that feels off. Like if there's a fear-based factor that shows up, or the shame, guilt, blame, any of that crap that appears in that process. I most recently had someone behave in a manner that they were trying, it was like a backdoor gaslighting. They were speaking about their own lives, but their energy, the way they were verbalizing it, was as if they were trying to communicate it directly to me. They were speaking as if they were like, oh, this is my life, but they were energetically like throwing daggers at me to portray an image or try to make me feel less than or guilty or question things, right? And I just remember sitting there and holding that space and being, isn't that interesting? I wonder why they feel the need to speak to me that way, or why is it that they have that much fear in their being? What? And the one phrase I kept saying in my mind, I asked those little questions, and then finally I just got to the base core of it, and I went, agenda, agenda, agenda. That they had their own personal agenda that they wished to accomplish by trying to derail my perceptions or my viewpoints. And so I think that happens a lot. And I don't know about you, but I think that in my lifetime I have been very susceptible to that level of agenda-based behavior, always looking at myself as less than or worthless or not equal to other people, that they deserved more than I did, or all that kind of great crap that we tell ourselves. Excuse me. So more and more I've come into this world of I am worthy and all things come to me in divine timing. And if my path has led me in a direction that requires X, Y, and Z to take place so that I may step into the fullness of who I am and why I am here, then I must take those steps. However, I get to make up what it is that I want to take with me or not take with me. Or I know that you can't take everything with you. I know that you can't if you can't take all the belongings, nor would I want to. Excuse me. However, I already know the level of shedding that I've gone through prior to this stage of my life, and that moving forward, allowing myself to be less vulnerable to the people who are projecting. It's interesting I even use the word vulnerable because I believe that vulnerability is a strength, yet vulnerability is a strength, but it's allowing myself to be in that place of vulnerability and truth rather than vulnerability and fear. If I allowed myself to listen to that person, they could have carried me down a shameful path and made me believe that I was being greedy or that I had my own agenda beyond self-love, beyond owning my personal worth. This person truly wanted me to not be in my personal power and worth. And I don't know if she consciously knew or intentionally knew. I think that sometimes people just do that. I don't want to judge her. I just now know where I will engage with her as a person, because I will have to engage with her again. I'm unsure why I have gone on this rant, but that is where we're at. And so I think that's a big thing as we move forward, is identifying what the other person's agenda is. I think is really, really important. Why are people behaving that way? Why are they communicated that way? And no longer just taking the information and data that is being given to you or supplied to you and believe that it is in, the purest of integrity. I wish to trust. I wish to trust. Yet I trust me. I trust my inner knowing that it can hear and feel the difference and identify that people have their own agendas that may not be for the the highest and greatest good of all, right? I say that and I can say, my soul is on a mission for the highest and greatest good of all. Yet I do have my own personal agendas within, we'll say, business or predominantly business, right? Career goals, my agenda within like goal planning. Yet I'm still very open to that which the mission provides. So even stepping into certain opportunities, right? I've been given, oh my goodness, ample opportunities to work with people and to create and do things I love. I'm so excited. And so stepping into them as agendaless as I possibly can and being open to the opportunities that are being provided, and then allowing myself to communicate that which I hope to achieve with those in those arenas, because that's important to me. That's important to me. Yet not having an agenda that is more powerful than the people I'm working with or more intentional than the people I'm working with. So I'm looking at the clock here and I'm like, holy crap, I just ranted for 11 minutes. God bless you if you've made it through that 11 minutes and are about to get into the reading with me. So let's see why. Let's see what cards come up. Clearly I missed you guys. I really missed meeting with you. Even though there was a part of me that resisted even doing the reading today, I just knew I myself had to communicate and see where, things were being communicated to me and getting clear. Maybe that's why the rant was for today, is that it's really getting clear of the agendas, of other people's falsehoods, of other people's tactics in order to gain access or power over another human being. Man, that can get my goat. That can get my goat. That bullying nature or drive to overpower another human being or manipulate them. And that, forgive me, but that makes me just want to punch them in the throat. You know what I mean? I don't wish to harm anyone, but in those moments when I hear that, I just want to be like, oh, you just want to wake them up to a dose of their own medicine, And so, oh my goodness. And so when I experience those moments, I just draw back because I don't wish harm. I don't wish to harm them. I wish to love them, and I want to understand why they hurt so much, or understand why they show up so maliciously, or greedy. Really, it was very greedy. It was a very, very greedy energy, which may have seemed really sweet and pure to somebody else. It wasn't. It just felt like artificial love to me. Artificial love, and I require the pure thing. I require the pure thing in order for me to create relations. And so, oh my goodness, 2 cards have come up today, and I think we got this one recently. Padma Sandari, number 17, out of the darkness is light, the light is born. And the other is Hayaka. Oh my goodness, Hayaka, sorceress of light. Whoo, wow. So I'm hoping I can get this. Let me see if I can move this light a little bit and get a better, here's the sorceress. Look at her. Yeah. Bringer of light. Bringer of light. So this is the birthing canal completion that we're in right now. This here, if you can see, she is coming out of the darkness into the light, and the colors and radiance that the image did not get captured well enough at all here. Let's see what we can do. Just look at that radiant energy that she's spewing everywhere. A lotus in both hands. Come on now. that phrase of, born from the mud is the lotus, right? From our greatest darkness is our greatest strength. In the most recent months, somebody had spoken to me in a way that tried to belittle me and make me feel beyond crappy about myself. And I realized in the communication that it was they seeing themselves, that which they were seeing in me was the depths of love that I had to go to in order to find them. And when they expressed that I was like shit below their boots, that's pretty much how they said it too. I remember just sitting in this energy of, I swam through shit to find you. The shit that you're identifying, that I swam through the darkness and the crap, that the trail that you left behind so that I could find you. Love has no barriers. Love is endless. And it will swim through shit in order to beam again, to be reborn again, to love again. Authentic true love doesn't have a limitation, and it definitely, its depths are immeasurable. Like to love another human being to the most purest unconditional form that is possible is the truest of beauty and grace. And it's messy. It's messy. Ask any mother the level of love they give to their children, right? Look at that. Yeah. Ooh, and I just seeing the volcanoes behind her, and she herself appears to have been of the volcanic energy that is, listening. It's this listening thing going on right now. So it is the high level of trusting in that which we hear. And again, I think that's why I went into my little tangent for the first 11, 12 minutes of the video, is that can you hear the difference? Can you hear the difference? The tone of people? Can you be in your own truth and integrity, and from the core of your being, from that marrow of your bones I speak about, can you understand the depths there and hear the difference, the frequency difference from other people? It is key. And then the next aspect of that is not only can you hear the difference, can you, this is it, right? Can you still hold love, first and foremost? Can you do it without defense? Can you do it from an objective way? And can you not interact with it in a place of defense? Can you engage with it? How can I say this? Because it feels like a level of defense. When you start to hear the impurities and untruths being shown to you and other people and their frequencies, I guess it's, we can go to children. Right? Let's go to children. Your child lies to you, and they're lying to you. You can hear it in the tone and vibration, right? And it's usually easier with children than adults because we don't understand why they're lying to us, or some people assume everyone's lying and other people assume no one's lying, and there's a game that's played. But so when you hear a child actually speak to you and say a phrase of inauthentic or a lie or something of that nature, it's so much easier to identify. And so when we hear it, you have many options. Like, as a parent, do you get angry right away? Or do you kind of give a little chuckle and realize like, oh, I probably did something like that as a child too, or I wonder why they feel so unsafe to tell me the truth. Right? Why does that being feel so unsafe to tell me the truth? I do not have to get defensive, even though my initial response is in a stop that train, right? It feels like a level of defense because you're literally stopping a moving vehicle. You're literally telling that energy coming at you that it's coming to a halt. And in doing so, we can, the train changes directions oftentimes. So, bringing of the light, listening more purely. This is going to be key moving forward. As we move into this, birthing canal and coming out of the birthing canal, I really think we're coming out of the birthing canal. But everyone's on different timelines. We're all on different timelines. The person standing in front of you, and when I say timelines, you can think levels of evolution. It goes far beyond that. It goes far beyond that to understand the physics of how this earthly plane actually exists with souls moving through it. To understand that fully is to realize that just because that person's standing in front of you doesn't mean that they're really like they're 2021 and you're 2021 could be completely different timelines of like they're really only coming out of like the 1960s 1970s energy and you're even beyond 2021, right? And so it appears like an evolutionary thing, but it's far beyond that. And so it's just a matter of like grace that your paths cross, that our paths cross with other people. It really is. And how that all transpires. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. So, and again, that could be the other reason of why, like, this person from the other day, the way they speak to me, they could be just on a completely different timeline. And in their experience, they don't understand. It's like this, how dare you, keep what is yours is really what it came down to. Like, how dare you love yourself that much? How do you not, just give me what I want? Love, attention, energy, whatever the fuck it is. They want it. And we don't have... I'd rather give out of pure love than this feeling of obligation or need or greed. It was very greedy. It was very, very greedy. And so, can you hear the difference? Can you experience the difference? I apologize. It's probably going to be a long video because I haven't spoken in a while and clearly I have a lot to say. I hope you're joining me on this video still, and I thank you. And as always, please like, share, subscribe, and share the channel so that the tribe can get the messages. Let's see. So surrendering to the light, surrendering. The sorceress of light as we move through these portals of energy, hearing truth even more clearly. And how to identify that which is, not true, the lie. And oh my goodness, with a perfect card, fortitude. Fortitude. Moving forward. Yeah. It is a magical time to be alive. Truly, 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 truly a magical time to be alive. And as we are being birthed, coming out of the light, it is about just seriously staying on point and moving forward. Owning the truth that is within your heart. Owning the truth that is within your heart. Staying the course. Is the phrase I'm hearing. Stay the course. No matter what souls come to your direction trying to maneuver you, you know, I say that, and at the same time, there's such a fine line of energy of, you know, if you're too stubborn, it will be shown to you. You know, the universe, excuse me, the universe will push and shove and all these kinds of things, you know, and you want to be cautious of that. We truly want to be cautious. So I say stay the course, yet some of us might not be on the right course. Some of us might be getting shoved and pushed to get on track properly, and you might not be hearing the message. And so it's learning how to have the discernment of where that truth is. It's so important. It's so important. I recently just posted something about how it is the marrow of your bones that the vibration comes from. And so if you wish to understand what truth feels like to the depths of your being, it's learning how to get into your own marrow in order to identify that vibration, clear it, purify it, so that not only are you emanating truth, anytime you hear a vibration coming at you that doesn't resonate with that level of truth within your own personal DNA, you will know the difference. You will be able to identify it. You'll be able to stand in your own personal power, have that level of discernment, and then just move them through kindly, gently. It's not about pushing and shoving. It's just saying no, no thank you. Being gracious in our responses, yet keep moving forward. We must move forward on this trail. There's no going back. There's no going back. And in not going back, there's new things to be born from it. It's not that, yeah, I'm hearing all is not lost. All is not lost. And that things must be resurrected and reborn in order to be achieved. And it's scary. It's scary sometimes, right? Yet, holding the vibration of truth from the center of our being, right? That's what moves us forward. That's what moves us forward. And so one more shuffle. Oh, okay. So funny, I keep shuffling and I keep getting, it's just the card on the bottom. I'm probably right, it's probably this card on the bottom. Yeah, it is. It is. It's perseverance. Learning how to fill our own cup too. I love that, right? So it's move forward with perseverance. Yeah. All is not lost. The cup is, the chalice is still full. There is still a cup of love. Love is always there. It's always there. Right? Good. So we will persevere. So let's see, we have this card, and then I brought out a little deck of cards that I'm so excited to share with you today. And it's a custom-made deck for me by a dear friend named Lisa up north. She made me an absolutely gorgeous deck of cards that I'll show you, that I'm so excited to share on the channel. And yeah, and it's just such an honor for her to have made me this custom deck, and they're so cool. They're like this little round deck. I'll show you in a minute. And so, what is it we need to know? Being born of the light, persevering, owning the fortitude within our being. Ebb and flow. Isn't that the truth? Balance. And that's how you'll know the difference of where we're meant to be on the journey, is the level of balance that we feel within our own being. Yeah. That gets me a lot, because I'll tell you, I have not felt very balanced in a long time. I only feel like now I'm learning how to come into it, and I still have so much to learn. And yeah. Acceptance of where we are and the stage in our life, what we're capable of, what we're not capable of, what's important, what's not important. Ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. So here's my little deck here. So this is the little can that it came in, little sun and moon. And so you gotta see these. These are so cool. Okay. So little feathers, right? And then my little round deck. And so, oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Each one is so unique, and they only have one word on them. And so what is it? What is it that we need to know at this time? Oh my goodness. 2 cards came out. Two. And they couldn't be more perfect. Life is a journey. Let's see. Can you see there? Oh boy, I really want you to see this card. There you go. Life is a journey. She's so cool how she made these. And then the other is hope. Hope, look at that. Pillars of hope. Pillars of hope. 100. So, sustaining, right? The light. All things can be transmuted into the light. You have the power. We all do, right? To persevere. Good. I thank you for joining me. And yeah, please, again, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments below. I'd love to hear your comments and see where you're at. And again, I apologize, it's been so long. Thank you for understanding my recovery. Even now I can see not the light, everything. I'm just more sensitive in that eye right now. So it is what it is, right? All right, y'all. Mwah. Peace out, y'all. Talk to you soon.